Joyce gets the job done on Saturday night against Zhang in the highly anticipated rematch?
I've got confidence in Joe's abilities, but we will see. Obviously, Gillet thinks he's going to knock him out this time. That's what his trainer's saying. We will see. It's going to be a cracking fight, though, that's for sure.
Bob Arum's obviously stated in previous interviews that he believes a fight with Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury can be done before the end of the year or early 2024. Frank, just get your comments on what Bob had to say.
Well, that's what Bob says. We'll see what happens after the fight against Ganu. Once you get that one out of the way, the one on the 28th of November, then we'll know. 28th of October, we know where we are.
Just a final one from me, Frank. Carl Froch has had a bit to say about Tyson Fury over the last few days. He's questioned his record that he's only beaten 2 world champions.
He's only beaten the best fighter of his generation in Klitschko, something that Carl couldn't do when he was fighting. Correct me, he got done. Was it who done him in that
Andre Ward.
Andre Ward done a job on him. So Tyson's done what he couldn't do, and then beat the biggest punching heavyweight 3 times. Got robbed the first one. So at the end of the day, Carl Froch. I know. Walking down the street, Tyson Fury and Carl Froch, and people wanted autographs. I know where the queue would be. Next one.
Frank, when you look at the fight next, how likely do we see Zhang potentially fighting Tyson Fury before Joyce activate the rematch clause? I know he would be a WBO mandatory, but would we look at Tyson Fury sort of for this one?
No, because it'll be the WBO title, so who's never holding the WBO belt, that's who will have to defend against the winner of the fight on Saturday.
You see Anthony Yarde making his return. Do you think he's going to have one eye on Buatsi Aziz?
No, he'll focus on Saturday, but then we want him in a big fight. I want to get him into a world title fight, but I do like the idea of him fighting the winner of that fight.
And how important is it for Yarde now with the rebuild from the Turbiev fight that's building his confidence back up before he wants to get back in a big fight again?
He's a very confident guy. He's pretty much at ease with himself in his own skin. He believes in himself, and he believes he will become world champion, and I do too. I think we'll work hard to make sure that happens for him and he gets the opportunity.
I mean, you look at Joyce and you look at him going straight back into this rematch. How much of a test of his character and resilience that because he easily had another fight before this, but he wants to step in there straight.
The reason he's jumped in here because he knows that if he doesn't get this title back, then with all the mandatories that are going to take place next year, he will not get a look until end of 2025. That's why he's doing it, so he's got to win it back and get himself a seat back at the big table. That's what it's all about.
Frank, Fury and Ngannou not long away now, Riyadh season. You said it was a game changer. Fury's now teasing that he wants to become the highest paid athlete on the Forbes list. Are we going to see some groundbreaking news after the Ngannou fight to kind of coincide with Fury?
It's going to be a huge event. I said that, and I think it's well over 180 million people have already viewed the press. And there's a lot of things that are going to be happening over the next month, so the time the fight happens, it's going to be everybody doing this.
Frank, do you now hold the keys to Saudi Arabia and fights to take place in Saudi Arabia?
I don't hold the keys to anyone. I'm not even allowed a key to get from my own front door.
Undercard, there's rumours Joseph Parker will be in the card. The card of Takam and Martin McCody. Can you confirm with it?
All things will be announced in due course.
Frank, there's a lot of questions being asked about Tyson Fury's legacy. What's more important right now? Is it the Arab money, or is it making Tyson Fury make sure he becomes the undisputed champion before he does call it a day with boxing?
Look, you've got to let the fight take place on the 28th, and after that, everything will fall into place. You're either going to get involved in the unification or not, and that'll be his choice.
You've also stated that you'd like to see Daniel Dubois going with Anthony Joshua. How confident are you that fight can be made, and what happens if that fight does happen?
I'm not confident it can be made, but a lot of people have said some things, disparaging things about Daniel, and they've also said the same thing about the desire and the heart of Asia. We both know they can punch, so that fight will all be about heart and soul. If we can make it, it'll be a big fight in the UK, there's no doubt about it. Sell out a big stage.
Boxing Social also just mentioned that Anthony Yarde does return to the ring on Saturday night. Is the winner versus Buatsi Aziz a potential fight?
Love to make it. We've tried to make the Buatsi fight a lot of times. We'd love to make the winner of that fight.
Thank you. That's all from me. Thank you very much.
All good, fellas?
Yeah, are we all done?
Thank you so much for watching this video, and make sure to subscribe for more videos of your favorite fighters over here on Fight Up TV, and give us a follow online as well at Fight Up TV on Twitter and on Instagram. We appreciate it, guys.